We're back with another Top 20 video, WGI 2025 edition. I was able to watch all 90 finalists in the marching percussion category, and I also caught a few more during prelims and semis when I wasn't out in the lot filming lines. So out of the 100 drum lines I watched, these are my top 20 favorites, based solely off of just what shows I liked the most. Starting with Imperial Dynasty coming back strong after taking a year off last year. The third law refers to the third law of robotics. A robot must protect its own existence as long as it does not harm humans or disobey human orders. This was an interesting show concept, and I really liked the light up eyeballs on our robots and how they changed colors to match the story. This gave me some real Will Smith iRobot vibes throughout this. Well deserving of a top 20 spot. Rhythmic Force explores the concept of karma and the idea that every action has consequences. This show utilizes jewel marimbas, which influence the show's choreography and thematics. These crazy marimba contraptions really stood out to me, and I thought they were a really cool idea. And it honestly gave me a few ideas for videos, like, restringing my marimba to be a straight line of keys or something like that. I don't know. Compose a comment if you'd like to see some kind of video similar to that. I enjoyed the space kind of futuristic vibe of this show, some very cool ideas and theming throughout. This show explores the transition from high school to post-graduation life. We are resistant to starting our lives working in an office and doing repetitive tasks forever. Right? No one wants to grow up into a boring adult. We want to stay young forever, stay in school as long as you can. But we do realize that being an adult, it can be a bright, colorful life. Like, you can go to clubs or travel the world or sit in your house and make YouTube videos all day long. Boswell had a fun show with a relatable story.
Welcome to the real world.
Parasite explores the unsettling journey of control and transformation as an invasive force overtakes its host. Music City Mystique is infecting the DNA of the audience, changing all of our identities. Well, there is no need to infect me, alright, because I am already programmed to enjoy these kind of dark and creepy shows. They're always some of my favorites. Lots of notes, lots of cool ideas, lots of microscopic infestations. Very well done, Music City Mystique. Dude, I was not ready for this show, I'm not gonna lie. Like, these horse props, man, I was just giggling in my seat watching this show as it went on. And there is actually a rule against using live animals in WGI, but E.D. White High School said nay to that. This show explores the beauty of the American landscape and the sweet simplicity of life on the farm. But this show design, it was not simple at all. This was a very, very elaborate visual display, alright? There was no horsing around with this design. And they were also the only group to march a triple tom line. It's very interesting. A very cool show and certainly captivating for sure. Very well done. Ah yes, a Rolling Stones drumline show. Who couldn't love that? Chino Hills is out here with their vibrant red colors, but society wants to take away their uniqueness and paint everything black, nice and conformed. My front door is painted green, and there is no depth to that comment. I'm just talking, just to be talking. Anyways, throughout this show, we struggle to maintain our identity and keep our red shades from being painted black. The musical arrangements were incredibly cool and made this show stand out a lot. These troublemakers at Saginaw High School find themselves stuck in detention for drumming on their desks. I literally got thrown out of class in high school for doing that more than one time. So yeah, super relatable storyline here. We've got all kinds of daydreamers in this detention room. We got the jocks, nerds, bullies, burnouts. This is probably the closest we'll ever get to like a live action drumline version of The Breakfast Club. Certainly a fun show design from these juvenile delinquents. Welcome to 1986 prom night. All the kids are out here having the time of their lives, chopping out on the dance floor. I remember my prom, it was actually really similar to this because my date was also a drummer and we ended up drumming on the table with knives for most of the night. But the Great Oak prom takes a dark turn as spirits from the alumni possess the students to relive their childhood memories and reconnect with their soulmates. Honestly, this story has like potential to be turned into a horror movie, or maybe it already is a horror movie and was used for the show. I don't really know. But it is pretty ironic that they pull out a basketball court tarp over top of an actual basketball court. In fact, my high school actually did the same thing back in 2005. We had a basketball court tarp, but our show was not anywhere near as cool as this one. A very fun show from Great Oak High School.
Is running out.
In this post-apocalyptic world, the Eden is the only thing that can save us. Time is running out and we must complete our work constructing the Eden before we all die in this world. Ah yes, another dark concept. You gotta love it. We spend our time frantically working as the world falls apart around us, but we do just barely make it out alive, except for this one guy. He's dead. But I can only hope everyone else is alive and well in the newly constructed Garden of Eden. A very dark and creepy and enjoyable program from Atlanta Quest. Here we get to experience all the crazy drama in a city diner circa 1950. As usual, Dartmouth is going all out with their props and theming. I mean, I felt like I was really there, about to be served a hot and delicious meal in the diner. The beats were also quite tasty too, as we had some cool and jazzy arrangements throughout this program. We've got all kinds of shenanigans going on in this diner, and Dartmouth, they left me hungry for more. Great job. Pulse is giving us a VIP pass to their exclusive underground nightclub. We've got some cool music and, of course, a ton of notes. I would actually go to clubs if this was what they were really like. Usually it's just like obnoxiously loud and everybody's drunk and it's really crowded and kind of awful. But this is definitely more my scene here. I certainly enjoyed the movable stages and the cool use of all the electronic music. A fun show as always from Pulse Percussion. Avon is out here working their magic once again. We have all kinds of inanimate objects floating around the floor. We've got floating balls, floating batons, and even floating drums. Like seriously, this snare feature, this was one of the coolest moments of the entire night. Gravity has no effect on these guys. I felt like the entire audience, we were about to get up and float off into space at any second. An extremely creative and uplifting show design from Avon, as always.
It was his eye.
Oh yes, some Edgar Allan Poe incorporated into marching percussion. A couple years ago, Dartmouth, they did a Raven show, and also Clover High School did a Nevermore show, and I really enjoyed both of those, and I certainly enjoyed this Edgar Allan Poe show from River City Rhythm. In The Telltale Heart, our main character kills off the old man and buries him beneath the floorboards. They think they've gotten away with the crime, but the guilt is overwhelming, and they can hear the old man's heartbeat beneath the floorboard. A classic dark tale told in a very entertaining way.
I shrieked, "Tear up the planks! Here! Here! It is the beating of his hideous heart!"
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder has a literal meaning, that the perception of beauty is subjective. People can have differing opinions on what is beautiful, so what one person perceives as flawless and captivating might be ordinary or unappealing to another. Well, most of the judges found Ayala to be flawless, as they got a whole bunch of 100s in their score recap, and the highest WGI percussion score ever of 99.5. Let's go. This was obviously a very clean show and had a ton of just unique elements to the visual design and staging. Very well done, Ayala High School, and congratulations on the world record. If the wind is just right, you can sail away and find tranquility. The canvas can do miracles, just you wait and see. Matrix is certainly painting a beautiful picture with this show. I really enjoyed all the effects with the fans and the props, and we also got to play in the sand for the whole show, which must have been a great time. Well, until they had to get off the floor and clean everything up. They literally had an entire cleaning crew to make sure all the sand got picked up, or else they would get a penalty, and that won't be good. But yeah, I always enjoy Matrix's shows. They got the craziest staging with their wireless hilarious mic'd up front ensemble just moving around all over the floor. I guess you can't really even call them a front ensemble when they're, you know, not in the front. A very colorful and very entertaining show. Great job by Matrix. In this chaotic world, all the heroes have faded away. We got no Batman, Superman, Triangle Man, none of those guys. Our poor main character is getting bullied and beaten up all throughout the show, but he is eventually able to rise up and find the hero within not just himself, but within everyone else around him. Aw, how touching. This was an action-packed show. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I certainly enjoyed the people Spider-Manning up the walls of the props, and of course the side flips. Everyone loves side flips. Another great show from Center Grove this year. Paradigm is at it once again with another hilariously entertaining show. We are taking the dictionary definition of indoor percussion to its literal meaning and bringing drums into the gym. We've got all kinds of exercises in this workout program, including tenor drum treadmills, bass drum balls, and of course, the snare drum bench press. My tenor drum bench press in the My Hertz is 3 video, I like to think that that had some inspiration for that part of the show. And this was definitely a very fun show. It really got my blood pumping up in the audience. And I also appreciate how the entire town of Iron Station, North Carolina changed their name to Pumping Iron Station, North Carolina, just for this show. Excellent commitment, great attention to detail. We start off fragmented and broken, pieces of ourselves scattered about. This show explores what it means to face your truth and find acceptance, transformation, and the courage to carry or release what shapes us. Right out of the gate, RCC captures all of our attention with the most pre-show that I've ever seen. Literally right after the last note of the previous group, RCC, they're already taking over the stage. This was a captivating show with many design elements that I have never seen before. And it all paid off with RCC taking first place in the Independent World category and also a record high score in that category of 99.163. Well done, very cool show. Inspired by Michelangelo's painting of the Sistine Chapel, Rhythmic explores the idea of bringing a blank canvas to life. The hands of creation lead the way, and some very cool visual moments are created amongst the props as well. I certainly enjoyed the picture that Rhythmic painted as this show went on. There were many cool visual and musical moments, and I think my favorite was this shaker feature. This was really, really cool. A truly intriguing depiction of Michelangelo's creation process. Fantastic job by Rhythm X for truly bringing this idea to life. We're finishing off this list with everyone's favorite founding father, who is also a university, who is also a drumline. And what can I say? This was just such an entertaining production from top to bottom. Jam-packed with inside drum band jokes and puns. You gotta love it. The George Mason character, this guy was absolutely fantastic. Totally sold the show. And I also appreciated that the romantic montage screen, this was a montage of the previous montages throughout the season. Now that is a next level fourth wall break right there. The music was fantastic as well. I think my favorite part was the rope drum Yankee Doodle theme right in the beginning. It really got us in the mood for what was coming. And we even had a drum lesson in the middle of the show. Oh, how educational.
Like a GameCube. Wheels. Lasers. And lasers. Mega lasers. Mega lasers. Goblin, banana, you're picking.
An amazing and entertaining show package. If I had a baby, I certainly would have thrown it on the floor as well. And it's probably a good thing I don't have kids. Great job, George Mason. You had my favorite show of the year. Compose a comment with which shows you liked the best. You can click on this video right here for more indoor drum band content, and have a good morning.